Experience and enjoy our region each week with the Appalachian Adventurer.
I'm standing here in front of the Gray Fossil Site itself, where we are actively digging up fossils from this ancient deposit. It is the field season here now, so we are active in all areas. Our staff, our student hires, our volunteers. We are digging right back there in the mastodon pit, which is named for an ancient animal called a mastodon, but what we're digging up right now is actually new fossils of rhino and tortoise that are currently being uncovered. There's also a lot of activity inside in the lab where we're cleaning and reassembling fossils as they come in from outside. And then in our collections room, our summer crew of student hires are going through and identifying and organizing and numbering fossils. This time of the year is a time where we make the most discoveries in all different parts of our process. One of the great things about the Gray Fossil Site is that because it's located in town, we have our museum right next door, which means that anybody who has the time can come by and visit the museum and not only see the exhibits about fossils and ancient history, but also peek out onto the fossil site, look inside the labs, and see these places where our scientists and our crew are actively working on these fossils. We also have a volunteer program, so a lot of the people who are doing a lot of this stuff day to day on the site are volunteers from the local community, students, people who live nearby. We are always taking volunteers in a variety of different areas of the site.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what you're seeing right now is a juvenile rhino that we've been excavating, or Laura and Ray have been excavating. Over in this square, we actually had some tortoise come out. It's a tortoise that's not super common at Gray, but we do have a few individuals. More recently, there have been some taper bits that have come sort of scattered out through here. Right where Laura's working was where the phalanx was, or the finger bone of a horse, which is pretty neat. And then in the square that Ray's digging in, but a little higher, he's moved past it now, is where we have found more of that tortoise, and then also some pieces of box turtle. So it's kind of an interesting mix. It makes it complicated and difficult to dig, but these two do a great job.
So we just installed a few new display cases downstairs that are all focused on what we've been learning over time. So a lot of the exhibits that are in the museum have been there for a long time. They are early exhibits about earlier discoveries. These new display cases show off new things that we've been learning. For example, all about our mastodon, our ancient elephant, which was just dug up in the last several years. About our tapirs, which is a type of ancient herbivore. Well, they're still around today, but here at Gray is an ancient species of these herbivores with, long noses that we just keep finding more and more of and learning more and more about. These cases are about what we've been learning and how we've been learning it as we've continued to explore the fossils in this deposit. This is a piece of leg bone, femur, from a tapir. This is actual fossil material from the Gray Fossil Site, dug up several years ago. And this is what our fossil looks like. This is a piece of bone that is somewhere between 4.5 and 5 million years old. We are holding a piece of ancient history, and it's very exciting when we dig up a fossil. We are the first human beings to ever see that bone. And then some of our fossils, like this one, we'll actually use for educational programming, for outreach, so that visitors, kids, teachers, whoever we're talking to, get to share in that experience of experiencing being up close with and even holding something that is from a time long before Tennesseans, long before humans, long before a lot of our familiar species. If people want to learn more about the Gray Fossil Site, they can check out our website, which is etmnh.org, or look up the Gray Fossil Site and Museum. We're also on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, where we post regular images and updates about what's going on here on the site. Our website also has a section about volunteering. If people are interested in learning about the volunteer program, getting involved, we have information about field trips. If teachers want to bring students here, or camp counselors want to bring the kids here, there's a lot of different ways to get involved in educational activities, in just visiting and seeing the exhibits, or even getting involved in the actual paleontology process happening at the site.